it's not all about restoring cars. Still have to maintain the race cars as well, because being old cars, they invariably wear things out. So this is Rob's Austin A40, which originally I built in 2017, and we're now closing the end of 2024, so it's a pretty old car. Came in at the last meeting, noise from the right hand front, and basically it's split the wishbone pan. So it's been on there a long time, so that's got to go. While I was at it, I had a measure up of the brake discs, but you don't really even need to measure them to see how much that has worn over the years. They've been changed in its lifetime, but put new discs on it. So I've done the other side of the car already. That's all back together again. So now stripping all this one. The bushes have gone in the wishbones as well. They had all split. They're poly bushes, but again, they've been in there 7 years. So what do you expect? I think I've done the kingpins prior to this, so they're not so bad. But so around this side, this is all back together again with a new wishbone pan, springs back on it. Got to put the bolt in for the anti-roll bar. It's got new discs, new pads, re-grease all the wheel bearings, and they'll need bedding in, but because we've got 2 races and 2 qualifyings at Silverstone this weekend with this car, they'll have plenty of time to bed the brakes in. So that's just another little task before we go on to the back brakes, checking all them, make sure that they're all working properly, because you have to keep on top of the rear drums and rear shoes, because they wear out and de-adjust and don't adjust. So quite important to keep the brakes working. There's not a lot of braking on these cars, and they're quite fast. So we'll carry on with this and get this one finished for tonight. What I found after struggling trying to put the fulcrum pin through the wishbone pan on the other side of the car, when the wishbone pan was on the car and the kingpin was on the car, and it's much quicker and easier to take the whole thing off in one go, because you've got to get, not only have you got to get that screwed in there, you've also got to be able to knock the cotter pin through the hole. Now, something that you may be interested to know is that the slot in the end of the fulcrum pin is in the same plane as the cutout in the fulcrum pin. So when that is in the same direction as that, it'll all go through there. And when it's on the vise, it's easy to turn it and feel how it goes. And so just, that's how they got to go in, like that. No battering them in, just put it in gently like that, and then put a little nut on there. If you're really keen, you can put a spring washer or a serrated washer on there, but to be honest, just do it up, it'll be fine. It ain't going to come undone, it ain't going to come out. But now I've put the bushes in it, we'll grease them up, pop them back on the car, and it's much easier to get all this lot lined up at the top than it is to try and put this pin in the bottom when it's all on the car. So we'll have all that lot back on there in a minute. So that's all back together now. So I put the brand new wishbones on, all new poly bushes, spring again, greased the whole thing up, new discs, new pads, greased the wheel bearings, and that should be ready to go for a fair old while. Yeah, it's been on there quite long enough. So off to Silverstone for the weekend, and we'll see how it all goes with Sideways Rob at the wheel.